But unlocking empowerment through exploration. Many black women are talking about the profound impact of travel on black women's lives and how generational curses could be what's holding them back. Joining us for the conversation is travel expert Deidre Mathis. First of all, before we start this segment about the importance of black women traveling, not just in America, but abroad, tell us a little bit about how you have traveled, and it's very impressive.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to join you, Isaiah. Thank you so much. So I am an avid traveler. At this point, I've been to 48 countries over all 7 continents. So it's safe to say I've seen a little bit of the world. And of those 48 countries, I visited 19 solo, so all by myself. So I know all about traveling, from groups to being alone, from budget to, cheap, all things travel, I'm very fluent in.
Absolutely. Now, I read this article where it said it was important for black women to travel, to get out of the house, get out of the United States and explore. We know many times, or we know from history, black women have been the mothers of the world, taking care of families and taking care of other people's families, constantly working. And this would give them a chance to escape some of that, right?
Yes, absolutely. When I tell you there is nothing better than catching a flight and going to a new country and eating new foods and hearing new languages and meeting new people, Black women deserve a break. They deserve rest. They deserve fun. And when you travel, you get all of those things. You get the excitement of being somewhere new. You get to stay in a nice hotel. You get to experience something different. So I like to say travel, don't look at it necessarily as a luxury, but look at it as a necessity. And so many people, I know someone's looking at this saying, well, I can't afford to travel. It's just much too expensive. Well, you're wrong. Traveling can come at all, facades as far as cost. You can have, like I mentioned, the budget travel where you're utilizing hostels or Airbnb. You can have your 5-star resort travel. So there's travel within any budget, I guarantee you.
And you have found a way to travel in an affordable way when you want to.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a big hotel owner now. Own 2 hotels, one hotel, one hostel. But there was a time where you traveled on a budget.
Yes, absolutely. So I tell folks, with your credit cards, you have to do everyday spending, such as buy food, buy groceries, buy gas. You have everyday spending, paying your electricity bill, things that you have to pay day to day regardless. Why not utilize an airline credit card for your everyday transactions? That will help you not only pay what you need to, your bills and your everyday, necessities, but it will help you accrue mileage so that when you are ready to take a trip, you're able to use mileage and essentially fly for free. So a credit card that I use quite often when I was budget traveling was my Southwest Chase card. And just through everyday transactions, I could save $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 points. And sometimes I could even catch a flight to Mexico for just those amount of points round trip. So essentially free. So getting those points from using the card on things that I had to buy regardless. Now, make sure you pay your credit card off at the end of every month so you're not accruing any additional fees. But there are tons of creative ways to travel and see the world.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the benefits of Black women traveling and experiencing other cultures, not just what we know in America, and that could be tough in some situations, but you're experiencing other cultures and you're welcomed as a visitor.
Yeah, so you hear so many rumors about, oh, we're not welcome in other places, or people don't want us there, or, Black women or Black people, they have all these negative stereotypes about us, but it's not true. I've been, everywhere from India. I've been, in Europe. I've been in Africa. I've been all over the globe, and I've never felt more welcome. People love to see people who look different from them abroad. They get to learn from you. So many people, when I'm abroad, they come up and they talk to me and ask questions. I've been invited to people's homes for dinners. I've been asked to hold people's kids. I mean, people really look at us and they're so grateful that we're visiting their places, their countries. They're just grateful, honestly, that we're spending our tourism dollars with us. So don't listen to the, people saying that travel is scary. Of course you want, I say all this, do your research on the places you're traveling to. Make sure, you're traveling safely. You don't want to be a flashy American traveling with all your, jewelry and expensive items on you. But if you travel, and you pack your smarts with you, you'll be okay. And you'll see that people across the globe are really welcoming towards us.
Stay with us. We'll continue this conversation after the break. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Traveling is merely a luxury experience for some, while for some black women, it could be hard to even imagine. We continue the conversation with Deidre Mathis on the importance of black women traveling abroad. And the first step for many people is just getting over the fear or the routine of not going anywhere. How do you do that, Deidre?
Yeah, so I mean, comfort is nice, right? But beauty happens outside of our comfort zone. So if you're scared, that's a great thing. So when you achieve whatever you're scared of, you're going to feel even better. Start off small. If you live here in Houston, catch a quick flight over to Mexico or Belize. Go to the U.S. Virgin Islands. You don't even have to leave the country for that. So you can start off small, going to Hawaii, Puerto Rico. You don't even need your passports for those places if you're a U.S. resident. So you don't have to, initially go to Australia or New Zealand, which is halfway across the world or literally across the world. You can start off going somewhere close or nearby. And there's many group trips that people can join. So if you're not a person who has a lot of friends who can go with you, join a travel trip. There's so many groups that travel throughout the year to amazing places. And not only can you travel, but you can meet other like-minded people. So it's a win-win situation. So there really is tons of benefits and tons of just good things that happen when you see the world. You feel better, you feel relaxed, you get to experience something different. It truly is just a win-win situation.
Obviously, here in America, most people will speak one language, but then people are concerned about going to other countries and they're thinking, well, no one will speak English. And what will I do? And it's likely different in other countries. People are speaking more languages, including English.
Exactly. But you're absolutely right. People may not speak English where you travel to, and please don't expect them to. That is actually a pet peeve of mine. When people go to Asia or, anywhere, France, and say, oh, they didn't speak English. Well, they don't have to. That's not their native language. It is our responsibility to travel with our Google phones, with our Google translators, with our dictionaries. It's our responsibility, but it's so much fun. I can't tell you, I remember being in Spain practicing my Spanish, and the lady at the coffee shop sat with me for 10 minutes, helping me pronounce my words. They love when you practice their language. And I guarantee you, you're going to feel like you're slaughtering their language and you're going to feel embarrassed, but they're going to be so grateful that you even tried. So it is just truly just an experience that I feel like people need to see for themselves. It is not as scary, I promise you. Like I mentioned, 48 countries, 19 of them all by myself. And look at me, I am safe and sound and very happy.